set your coaches and pros, the X's and O's. This is the best. What we do, what we know. So let's go. A little bit on the NFL, right? Just a little bit, right? Not much, just a little bit. Get to kind of get up into the NFL, the scorers, quick breakdown of the games in the NFL, because my Steelers is playing the Dolphins today, and the Dolphins is going to be that's going to be a tough matchup. That is going to be a very tough matchup for us. Seeing what their offense can do, the way that A-Chain has been running the ball, and I know we haven't seen Waddell get loose, but for some reason, our zone schemes that we run defensively are getting picked on in the past. And TJ not getting to the quarterback. I think he's injured up a little bit, banged up. Highsmith, don't know what Highsmith is on. Not being able to get to the quarterback these past couple weeks. We got to put pressure there. If not, those receivers, they can get loose. The Dolphins are one of the fastest teams in the NFL. And that speed can give us trouble. So I definitely do know that. And for that, I'm respecting that. I'm respecting the speed of the Dolphins. And you don't know what Steeler team is going to show up. I don't know. I do not know what team is going to show up for the Steelers. Excuse me. We don't know. We just don't know what team is going to show up. What team is going to go out there on that football field and show up and play ball? Which one is it? Like, it shouldn't be that hard to guess, but it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? It is. Because we don't know what team is going to show up. We just don't know. I wish we knew what team was going to show up for us every weekend and week out. Like, we don't know. And I love Mike Tomlin. I love what Mike Tomlin brings. But it's time. It's time for Mike Tomlin. After this contract is up. Thank you, Mike. We got to move on to the future. But it's just not Mike Tomlin, Steeler fans. Let's stop acting like it's just Mike Tomlin. And it's not the Rooneys. Like, come on, Rooneys. I got respect for my Irish. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my Irish brother, man. What's up, Paul? What up, Paul Oyer? You know what I'm saying? What up with you, dog? Because I got love for my dog. My Irish dogs, you know what I'm saying? And Irish, the culture is you ain't nothing if your last name ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? Hampton is comes from an Irish background. You feel what I'm saying? That's my last name come from there. So yeah, my history, when we talk about where you come from, if you black, your ancestors come from some plantation, that's real. But mine's date back to Irish. You feel what I'm saying? So that's where you get that rowdiness in me. That's where that loudness comes from. That's where that rumble in me comes from. The Irish. You feel me? The Irish. And then we heavy in Pittsburgh. But we ain't playing like the Steelers. And you own that team. We got to get back to the culture that we know we are when we're winning. Because this ain't it. This team ain't it. Yeah, we beat the Ravens. They're not good. They're not good this year. Oh, they just shut out the Bengals. The Bengals ain't good this year. I tried to tell everybody that. The Bengals ain't good. I tried to, like, everybody every year puts the Bengals on this pedestal and say they're one of the best teams in the AFC because they got Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow got to get out of Cincinnati because he's never going to win in Cincinnati. Jamar Chase is an absolute specimen at the wide receiver position, and so ain't T. Higgins. T. Higgins need to go back home to the Burgh. That's where T. Higgins need to be, in Pittsburgh, on the other side of DK. That's where you're going to win at, T. Why are you playing in Cincinnati? I don't know why, but for the bread, whatever. That's where you need to be at. We need to be trying to get Burrow, but it's cool. We don't need Burrow right now. But that's why, because Burrow did what he did early on in his career, the LSU prodigy, blah, 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 the Bengals. No, the Texans are better than the Bengals. I've been telling y'all that. But I don't get my just due, but I don't know nothing. But I said this to y'all. I said this to a lot of people who watch this channel. I told y'all straight up and up. We was on the panel. I told y'all this. How could y'all keep saying the Bengals, not mention the Steelers, even though we probably not the best in the division? But we are. But we are. But we're so inconsistent. Injuries. Age is creeping up on TJ. It's creeping. I told y'all that. I said this. It's coming, like, and now we got. Is it okay to speak out? No, it's just that he's just stale now. But it's not all we can't blame. We're not gonna sit there and blame it all on Tomlin. The owners gotta get some responsibility to stop being so damn cheap and go buy the players. They're there. Go get the players that we need. Who's gonna draw the butts? You got one of the biggest fan bases in the world. The Pittsburgh Steelers is one of the biggest National Football League's teams in the world. Period. You can't go in a state in America. You can't go in near one of these 52 states and not see a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. I don't care where you at. So with that being said, why in the world don't we got one of the teams, one of the better teams? We get, like, how we got to depend on a quarterback that's should be retired. Why are we in that position? Why are we not getting why are we don't go after the players we need to get in free agency? Why didn't we go get Chris Olave when we should have? You know what I'm saying? Why didn't we go after AJ Brown? We should have. I don't care about their attitude. Every player is not going to be 100. That's out of the question. That's out of the question. Everybody's not going to come in and be a Hines. And if they are, then you got to make the moves to get the guys. But there's good players out there that got good attitudes. I wonder, because our running back room it's good. Shout out to Jalen Warren. Good dude, man. Went to his football camp with my kid, but that ain't got nothing to, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know Kenneth Gainwell. I met Jalen Warren. You know what I'm saying? I don't know Kenneth Gainwell. I don't know what's up with Caleb Johnson. I don't know what Caleb Johnson is doing. But what I do know is that Jeremiah Love will be available for us coming out of Notre Dame. Do we go after him? Probably not. I don't know. We need receiver help. But it's not all Mike Tomlin's fault. This guy, the owners too, bro. It's the owners too. We're failing, y'all, on a major level. Is the owners giving him a little autonomy and letting him spend some money? We don't know. We don't know that. Because, see, what a lot of Steelers fans won't tell you and what a lot of people won't probably come out and say is that the fact that Mike Tomlin just started getting his guys. I think when Omar came in, him and the old GM didn't see eye to eye. He didn't, because I think the future of Justin Fields is totally different had we drafted Justin Fields out of the draft. Had we got Justin Fields out of the draft, and I'm not mistaken, that was what? That would have been better off. You know what I'm saying? I think that would have been pretty damn good to get Justin Fields straight out of the draft, man. We should have got him. We should have traded up and got him. But it never happened. It never happened. We kept drafting offensive linemen. We've been drafting offensive linemen for the past what 6, 7, like just last year. I think is the first draft in like what 5 or 6 years that we didn't take our offensive linemen. I think so. I really think so. So Justin Fields came out in what 2011, right? He's the 11th overall. Mike Tomlin could have got him. We could have got him. Now, there was some things that he needed to work on, but you give him the time. You let him come in Pittsburgh and work there, blah, 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 blah. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? He gets better, right? Don't happen that way. It don't happen that way. For some reason, it just don't happen. Come on in 2011. And if I'm not mistaken, was that Ben's last year? Was that Ben's last year in 2011? I can't remember. Cause I'm looking it up right now, but I can't remember it. Yeah, it was 2021. He retired in January 22, so his last season was 21. We were supposed to go after Justin Fields, and it didn't happen. I think 1 year, Justin Fields under Big Ben, getting advice from Big Ben, watching how Ben played the position, improvised, whatever, would have been great for Justin Fields. Nobody really expected, Dwayne Haskins. Truth be told, Dwayne Haskins passed, I think, in the back of our mind, what he would have been if he would have had the chance to be a Pittsburgh Steeler, right? You know what I mean? Rest in peace for real, man. You know what I'm saying? Because what he would have been, but you know what I'm saying? But for sure, we were supposed to go after Justin Fields that year. We were. That's who we should have got. But we didn't. That was the year that set us all behind because him and the GM were not seeing eye to eye. A lot of people don't want to talk about that. A lot of people do not want to talk about that. And look, I don't know why a lot of people do not want to talk about it because I think it has a lot to do with history, a lot to do with it. I think it has a lot to do with our history, and what we were doing. It has to. And what we did. We got, I believe we had Najee Harris that draft. We got him at like 24. Najee was a good pick, but we needed a quarterback. And we needed O-lineman. We did. We needed a quarterback and O-lineman. We needed to start rebuilding that year. But we got Najee. We got Pat. Fire move. Great pick. Pat was a great pick. Great pickup. Kendrick Green. Didn't work out. Dan Moore. Didn't work out. Buddy Johnson. Didn't work out. Isaiah Loudermilk from Wisconsin, still around. Great pass rusher. You know what I'm saying? Quincy Rose from linebacker to Alabama, Miami, didn't work out. Trey Norwood, didn't work out. Presley Harvin, didn't work out. So what are we doing? And this year's draft's going to be in Pittsburgh. We cannot bomb on the first round pick this year. We didn't bomb with Najee. I ain't saying we bombed on Najee. We ran Najee so much that we didn't pay him, but we ran him so much that, you know what I'm saying, the injuries, we used him so much because we had nothing else but Najee on offense. No quarterback play. No good quarterback play. You know what I'm saying? So then, you know what I mean? And look, I'm talking about it because I'm only talking about our draft classes because, and it's in the past. But if you really look at what was going on at that time. Like, we missed on a whole bunch. We got Pickens out of the 2022 draft after we got Kenny Pickett. And he made Pickett look good. You know what I'm saying? So I just don't know when and who's going to step up from the classes. I just don't know what's up. Like, I don't know. I'm really confused on that. Like, and the reason why so you can't just blame Tallman, but him and GM didn't see it eye to eye. We've been bombing on draft picks for the longest. Our draft sucks. These teams who do bad, usually wind up bouncing back. I think Washington bounced back because they had a phenomenal draft, right? We just not having phenomenal drafts. We're not doing very good with these drafts. We're not. We've been doing better. Our drafts have been better under Khan, I think, a little bit. And granted, that something's not, it's deeper than what we think it is, fans. That's all I'm saying. But the consistency with this team is just not it. Where the fight at? Where the fight? That's what I want to see. But you know what I mean? Could we lose to the Dolphins? Yes, we could. Because I don't know what team I'm getting out of my favorite team. I don't know what team I'm getting. Always give it up, man. That's it for the wrap up for the week. Football talk, college football, bowl games, and everything, man. Y'all know how I always give it up, man. I always tell y'all, pray for yourself, pray for each other, pray for me. I'm always praying for y'all. Peace.